So welcome back to my channel. This is Mega Stuff, also known as Mega Brick Warrior, and today I'll be doing this. That's right. What you see is a PC parts in which I need to do anyway, because I also need to upgrade my PC because my PC about 7 or 8 years old right at this point, and I need to upgrade. My last system I built it myself, which had Core i7-7700K, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and also it had an air cooler. And also I had the iX470 from AMD, and also I had a 2 terabyte hard drive, regular hard drive, but not the SSD that comes right now, but then it could support that kind of SSD, but the 3rd generation. And also I had a bunch of software, of course the Windows 10 coming into live at this middle of the month, so and I want to use Windows 11 on my computer anyway, so I decided to upgrade. It was time for me to upgrade anyway. If you use computers at all, I recommend upgrading it, and you know, things like that. Of course, the parts I bought from Micro Center, and it only cost me around $1,200, which is not too bad, even with the model CPU combo, which you could buy with no RAM for like a lower price than it would usually cost if you buy all of them separately. And of course, I also got 2 terabyte hard drive, things like that. So I'll put the price up on them right about now. And there's a receipt from Mega Center. Of course, there was a nice associate who helped me pick out all the parts and things like that. So it was a fast shopping list. I was done shopping with for most of the parts for like within like 15 or 20 minutes, which is good. So I'll start the video now and organize the parts and do the build. Okay, to start off, this is the motherboard. So I just go with the Asus AYW Gaming Wi-Fi Z970. This is one of the low-end motherboards, but then you know, I got this as a bundle with my CPU, so which is good. And of course, they do a Micro Center, but I guess the Micro Center has the best bundles. But you could try like website like Newegg, and also they got some bundles online through Amazon as well. So I'll open up and see what's inside. The motherboard, the Wi-Fi antenna, a SATA cable, some stands for the M.2s, and something else. I think they have some other accessories in here. Or some instructions like this. So of course I won't be using some of that, especially maybe the end of 2 screws, and maybe not the SATA cable. I'm gonna put this away. Now, when you build a computer, because I have to watch some YouTube videos myself to how to build a computer nowadays, because you know, you want to keep safe from set electricity, which could damage your parts. So what they suggest is use like a nice surface like this on the top of the motherboard box, which is good. Motherboard, and you put it on top of it like this. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 M.2 slots. That's what the motherboard says. And then here's the slot where the CPU goes. And of course, you got your I/Os right there. Comes with 1 USB-C port and 1 USB 3.0 and 3 USB 3.0, an Ethernet port, speakers, where you connect the Wi-Fi antennas, the display port as well, and then also a flashback and things like that. So here's the look at the I/O boards. Of course, nowadays, you know, the I/O shield uses attached to the mother, which is good. So it'll be easy to install, and you don't have to you don't have to install it separately. So of course I will take out the sticker, and then I'm gonna insert the CPU. Now the CPU I'm going with is the Intel Core Ultra 265K, which I consider getting it because, you know, I usually like Intel CPUs, not AMD. Even though right now somehow AMD is getting in popularity, especially with their 9 series, the 9950 XE, things like that. But then I still like Intel. But I think they'll get back in the market because right now the fastest gaming is the 960, which is from AMD as well. But then usually I go for anything blue nowadays because that's my favorite color, my blue. So like it's like Intel versus AMD, you know, like Dodgers versus Angels, or the Reds, Sonic versus Knuckles, or even Mario versus Sonic, things like that. Or even my favorite video characters, which is also blue, is Mega Man versus Proto Man. So I'll open this and install the CPU. You should a little nudge. That's inside. Usually the golden latch is on the right bottom corner of the CPU, so that's inserted. And then you put this up and put it in. So CPU is installed. Now next is for the RAM. So when you buy the bundle, they usually give you like GSkill memory. This is their series Ripjaw S5, which is compared more Intel motherboards or CPUs. It comes with speeds of 6000 megahertz transfer speed, and it's a 32 gigabyte kit, and it has CL of 36, which is a K latency. Of course, the lower the number, the better. But the thing is, the one I got was CL 36, which is kind of a little slow, but then, you know, hopefully it doesn't affect performance. So usually when you install this memory, you want to use the second and the fourth slot away from the CPU, which is in which, let's say you install a cooler, air cooler, things like that, you want to be far away from the CPU or the cooler possible. So you're going to use the second slot, which I will. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and install the memory. By the way, when you build a computer, they recommend to use a dual channel memory instead of single channel, which will make a stable system better. So make sure you line up the notches, which is good, and I guess you could do it like that. Okay, only this model, only this two sides opens up, so you slide it in, press it with both fingers, and then press it down. Oh yeah. Oops. Sorry, wrong way. There, you should hit that click one, and then you know the lamp is set right correctly. And so the second stick. We should have some damage, okay. Then you put it down. There you go, it's installed. So make sure it's not loose, and yeah, it's installed. Okay, the next up would be my SSD drive. So this is Crucial P310. I bought this one for $112. Usually costs $160, but then it was on sale, so I bought it for $112. Usually I was going with the Samsung SSD, but then they raised the price to $140. It used to cost $120, so this month they kind of raised the price. So I'll put it to install. And of course the slot I'm going to use is this slot right here, on the right on the top. So of course I need a screwdriver for that, which I'll open it with this. So the motherboard is, so this is what you slide in, okay? And I'll open up the, like that. Here we go. Here's how the SSD looks like. So when you're building the PC for the first time or for a few times, don't try to make it too much mess. So I recommend just opening one box at a time and then clear out the mess later. So what they show me in the YouTube is that you insert it in 45 degrees like this. And you press it down and you're supposed to put a screw in there. Which, yeah, let me find the... So yeah, it goes like this. Look, I have to screw it in. Oh, did I have that? It's 2280. Oh. Oh. Oh, that one. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. Yosh. I'll use a smaller screwdriver. I don't need to stand up on this. Yeah. No, you don't want to like that. Hold on. Remove the drive. Okay. That's better. Watch out. Those small ones. No, I don't. This is just off. Okay, so the SSD is installed. So I had to put an extra standoff on here because it doesn't go all the way, which has a latch on right here for a bigger SSD. Of course, the standard SSD you would buy is 2280, which is 25mm 80 meters long, and that's your standard. Okay, and of course, I'll put this back. And as you notice, there's a sticker right there. You peel that off, and there's a thermal pad there. The reason there's a thermal pad right there is because they didn't know before, but when they design those SSDs, they didn't know it produces heat. Of course, the fast one produces heat as well, so that's why now motherboard days when you buy them, it comes with the heat pads. Of course, on the other side they will have the heat pad too, so which will keep the SSD cold. So I'm gonna put this back and put it in. Okay, gonna do a little bit of one side at a time. Without putting too much pressure. Okay, it is in. Okay, now I'm done with that. Now next thing I'm gonna install is the cooler. Now the cooler I decided to go with is the Kingcool Iron Wind air cooler, and it comes with air RGB. It comes with 2 fans, which is good, which should keep my CPU cooled. And then of course, it usually cost $60, but I bought it for $4. There was another one out there I wanted to get, which cost $60 as well, which is from Arctic. Or I was thinking of going with the Kingcool AGRB AIO, but then I decided to go with this one instead because I'm not going to overclock this. So I'm open up and get the brackets I need. Because this will support AM5, 1851, 1700 Intel CPUs, and then of course the AMD CPUs as well. Here's the tower. There's the 2 fans. Okay. Anything else in here? Okay. And of course, you want to peel the sticker off before you put the cooler on there. See, now look at the instructions how to install it. Okay, no, what's the instruction for this? Oh. I need a Intel PFAN. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Let's see for so I'm looking for one for the Intel file. Okay. 11/15/81. Okay. So you need these. Take this sticker off. Yep. Oh, this is the right one. Oh, wait a minute. 좀 맞는데? Yeah, to put it back there. This is correct. Doesn't look quite okay. Intel, right? Don't let damage. Okay, that's on there. Then I have to get the stand off. 그거 바닥 떠먹고 있어. What? No, not that one. Yeah. Gonna go put the thermal grease first. Okay, so next I will apply the thermal grease on the CPU. Oh, damn. Okay. Oopsie. Might not be enough. If you have a spatula, I guess it's better to spray that evenly. Oh, that's keep the cool. Damn it. Oh, 왜 안 나지? 아이. Oh, one. Oh, that's better. Okay, that's better. Okay, I have to remove that. Now I found out I have to remove that cap. Okay. Applied. Okay, now I'm gonna put the other brackets in. So according to the instructions, I should be putting it this way. Cause you want to test out, make sure it fits the right way. Okay. Okay, that's about it. So it's gonna be on the edge. use the other screwdriver. I use the other screwdriver. Just bring it tight. Of course, when you bring the computer for the first time, there could be some oopsies along the way, but try to do the best use you can. That's all I could say. Of course, if you get thermal paste on hand, the best way to wipe it is with the alcohol, which should wipe it off cleanly. Let me adjust this one. Now install the core. Okay. So I'm gonna look at the direction again to make sure I installed the right way. So I guess I could install it this way, which looks like it doesn't matter if you use it this way or this way, but then it should still fit. Okay. Good, it fits fine, and then you're gonna square in one side at a time. Not too tight. Oh. Go back. This is so you go back and forth between the screws, so that way it gets screwed in. Ooh, doesn't seem to right now. Oops. Ah, damn it. It's not aligning right. Oh, one touch. It's not going in there while I'm trying to work it through it. So. So I'm back. I had to do some off screen to fix some stuff right on the fan itself. So I'm gonna now add the fans. So when you put the fans, you wanna this face outside, so it goes exhaust, which we need to do. And then of course for this one, it comes with this little tabs which you want to attach. Okay. Because you want to make sure the fan lines up with this right here, the casing. Now I'm going to put the front fan on top. RGB fan header. Using the fifth. Okay, so the motherboard is prepared and it's ready to go in the case. See, make sure it doesn't. Okay, gotcha. So the case I'm going with is Montech XR1 in white. So I'll open it and pour it out. So here's the case itself. So this is the Montech, also is a medium ATX case. We got a removal mesh on top, and then here's a 2 USB 3.0 port and one USB-C, the power button, reset button, headphone, and mic jack. So let's open up the side. Okay, yeah. So you could slide it. So this is tempered glass, so you want to be careful with this. You move like this. Okay, make sure you keep it in a safe place. Okay, and then so here's the inside. So it comes with a front mesh filter. Okay, and then let's look at the other side, which will open up from this end. So you have to screw it open. I guess you have to screw it open. Side open. Okay, so here's the inside of this, and this is where your power supply goes. It's also got 3 RGB fans there, and then 1 in the back. And then I guess it's good for cable management. Here's some cables right there for most of your front panels, and I guess some of these are RGB. See what I have to use it for. So there's no controller, so I guess I have to just hook it up straight to the motherboard. And then here's the instruction. And here's where you could fit the 3.5-inch regular hard drive or the 2.5-inch SSDs. And here's the screws and the cables that comes with. And it comes with a speaker connector and some straps and wipes, I guess. And some focus straps, I guess, to help your camera image. Now let's see if it has the... Okay, so it does have, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they all, it looks like they're on the right place. I'm going to the motherboard now. Bueno, before I do that, I need to do something like this cables. Oh, here you go. Okay, so I'll loosen it up because you could really use this vacuum strap later. It's probably good for cable management. Let's see, I believe you could take this apart right here, so you could add the dust filter for the front. There we go. Okay. Wow, why does it? Hold on. What is this over here? So look at the magnet to test it, so you just put in the front panel. I guess that's what it was. Okay, now I'm gonna install the motherboard. Basically, I need the cable stuff. Hooked up together. So basically, I need one connection to connect to the motherboard. Okay. Okay. So for the motherboard itself, you want to use these kind of screws right here with a little more flat. I guess those they call it Corsair screws. So you just want what you want to use for the that will fit better. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right now. So there are 9 holes which you have to screw it in. Which one is by the right here on the corner. By this CPU. Magnetic is it? It is magnetic. Magnetic, huh? Good idea. Next time I guess I should get a bigger billiard table. Make sure everything's finger tight and make sure nothing falls out so that way it doesn't ruin your motherboard or make sounds after you're done. Okay, everything seems secure. Now for... Okay. Now I'm gonna install the power supply. So for the power supply, how about the Corsair RM series? It's a Corsair RM E50E in white. Because the salesman said that was a white power supply because so it will go with the aesthetics on my build. Of course, this cost me $125 over at Micro Center, which is not too bad for 800 power supply, and especially it's a name brand, so it should be okay. So, and also it's modular, which means you just use the cables that you need in order to complete your build. So I'm gonna do that right now. Go. Even the power cord is white. That's how a power supply looks itself. Of course, when you put the power supply, you want to put this fan under the fan so the airflow could go through. And here's all the cables that come with. Of course, you just need to get the ones you need. So I'm gonna spend to get the ones right now. So basically, I need one that goes to the. Basically, I need one for the. So basically, I need one for the main power. CPU, the PCI slot, which is for the for the graphics card, and the CPU, and then 1206. If you're using any newest GPU, different from Nvme, like the 50 series, so they correct to that. So I get all those cables and connect them. Okay, so for the CPU, it comes in a 8-pin, and according to the motherboard, it has two 8-pin connectors, so you might need two of these. One was cable. There's a PCIe. This one I need also. The 24-pin power cable. Because it tells you which end you have to put in. So basically, this end will go to the power supply right there. It says right there. And then this will definitely go to the motherboard itself. So I'm gonna connect that right now. So Corsair, I guess they did it weird. If it's numbered, it goes to the or if it's a type, then it goes to the motherboard. I mean the power supply itself. And then I guess if it doesn't have a number and it says where to go to, it goes to the motherboard itself. My PC, so I'm gonna install my PCI. Which is for your here we go. This doesn't, I don't need it. It's just, oh, there's a 12 pin, so it says PCI slot, right? Yeah. 8 pin. Oh, this is, I guess this is one for the Nvidia GPUs. Here it is. Oh, let me find the CPU first. Because it requires 2 8-pin connectors. This is a PCI connector as well. So this should go to the graphics card. CPU connector. Huh? Okay, so I got my cables I needed. The rest of it I don't need. I'll put them away. So I recommend saving up the power supplies. Never know when you're gonna sell it, things like that. So, and then you could give out the extra cables to the buyer, whoever buys your computer. You know. Okay. Now to install the power. Now install the power supply. So you're gonna make sure you put that and put that away. So you wanna make sure you put that this like this, so that way can image better. Okay. Gotta line up with the hole. I guess this comes with a special bracket or something. So always consult your manuals if you're missing anything. It might come with the special type, so I'm gonna look for it right now. Zip ties. No, it does not. Seems like it. Joint. Oh, she just tied right in. I don't know why. Okay, I got it. Okay, lines up. Let's see. Okay, so I finished using these screws. So next one is the power supply screws I need. So for the power supplies, you want to make sure you use these kind of screws, which will fit the power supply better. Okay, so I'm gonna use them right now, and you should just need 4 of them. Because if you're doing a black build, it might come in black. And for this For this one, I think I'll also change up the screw bit. P2. I think this thing does it. Okay, so as you notice that I got the power supply hooked up. Now the next thing is to manage my cables. So let's see. So the CPU is right. Oh, that's not it. So there's 2 CPU cables. Of course, doing this alone is kind of takes some time because I go to the cabinet myself. But then I see where some YouTubers they buy this huge turntable, so they could just put it on the spinning table and then turn around, which will be a lot easier. But of course, I'm doing this myself. Maybe I consider pressing that next in the future. It'll be easy for me to kind of manage. And then you put do this rubber ground. So this case comes with the rubber ground, which is better than I guess still going in between. It's gonna hurt your finger, but then it's okay. Okay, so in this one PCI, there's a bottom slot right here for the graphics card. Well, it depends on what it is. There's one slot here. I think I'll try using this slot right here, see if it's better for the graphics card. Oh, perfect. Okay. Then, okay. Now, so I'm gonna hook up the motherboard cables. So I'm going to lay this down to make it easier. Oops. So I got the motherboard connector right here. Fortunately, it should click. And there's 2 CPU cables which goes on top, which also click. Sometimes, oh, yeah. Oh, shit. The other one first. Click. Okay, I finally got the CPU in. Okay. Now, I'm gonna connect this to the other front panel connectors and the fans. Let's see. And through here will be better for the fan part. Oops. Oh. Oops. I get loose. Now okay, so I connect the RG fans, and I'm going to try to connect the front panel connectors. Let's see. So if I look at the manual, okay, so chassis fan. Should I go with the chassis fan? Oh, I don't think it matters. Let me move that well. Couldn't matter. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to connect over there. Okay. So let's see. So according to the manual, chassis fan, front panel. So I'm gonna put the front panel first. Which is, so this is the front panel connector. Luckily it's in one piece. On the earlier cases they had separate what my old computer had, but this one is all together, so you just have to slide it through and connect it. And just match up with the line up with the line right there. Okay. Of course, you want to be careful when you insert it. It's the you could bend pins. So that's connected, and then now I'm gonna connect the RGB and then the chassis fan, the case fan to it, which I should have the connector for. What about that other one? Didn't I? Oh. Oh, here you go. Oh shit. Okay, so I connected the RGB and the fan connection to the chassis fan to the motherboard. Next, I will be connecting the that's okay. And then next. Let's see. I guess the front panel audio. Which is usually on the way left side of the motherboard. You just have to match with the holes. This one has a missing fourth from the end, so you're gonna connect it like this. Okay, that's connected. Then what's left is the USB connections. So let's see. So this blue one is the USB 3.0 connector or 3.2 connector. So I'm gonna go through, put it through the grommet, and this is for the USB-C connector. It should be on that side of the motherboard. So it's pretty easy. Going one way. Oh shit! Actually, I want to put in the wrong grommet. Where's the? Because all these connections could go in only one way. No. I think I messed up. Gotcha. Okay, there should be a click. Adjustment. Okay, so I got all the wires connected, and I can show it to you right now. The power cable, the CPU cable that's connected, the USB-C, the front connector, and then the chassis fan is all connected. Look like they're all daisy chained, things like that. So the next step, the final step is to put the GPU on. And for this build, I got the, wait a minute. So for this build, I bought the Asrock, just a minute. So I bought the Asus Steel Legend 16 GB RX 9060 XT. Of course, this comes in white, so I'll take it and show you how it looks like. It just open it up. Because it comes with the instruction manual. And this is how the card looks like right there. Oh, because this is a 3-fan card, and you know, just one thing is that you gotta remember there's stickers on this. You gotta make sure you take the sticker from both the fan and the PCB. Everything. Okay. So there's no sticker on the fan itself. And of course, there you go. Of course, don't break this thing off. And make sure any of the golden connectors is okay. It looks fine. And of course, I gotta measure. I gotta determine what slot is gonna be inserted in it. So they always recommend I use the top PCI slot, because that's where the fastest will be. And I have to measure that. See where the GPU goes. So it looks like it's gonna be the second and the third slot. Okay. So for this case, I have to remove a thumb screw from here at the end. And remove the first. Cause be careful not to, you know, the case cover doesn't touch the graphics card. I mean the motherboard itself. Look like they screwed in instead of using as a tab, which you really have to be careful when you're working with the motherboard. And this thing. Okay. And this comes with the 8-pin connector, which is good. Of course, in this case, it's a 2x6 connection. I got the graphics card is already. Then I'm gonna screw this back in. I don't think it's gonna sag. Okay. Okay, that is finished build. Now I finally finished the build. So at this moment I would cabinet that you should cabinet, but not yet. I recommend make sure the computer works before you just do the cabinet measurement. So I'm gonna go off the screen again and bring the monitor and all the peripherals. Make sure the TV works and it posts. Make sure the computer works and it posts. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the computer, see if it works. Cool. Oh shoot, one of the fans is not working. The computer is done, but one of the fans is not working. Oh, good, we're inside the system. So I finally got all the RGB fans working and all is synchronized, so you could see the RGB that is in the same color and all the fans are working. And of course it pulls, which is good news. So now I'm gonna camera manage the computer. Okay. What's this? Okay, just push it in. Of course, it's the oops. There we go. Here's the finished product. And I'll just take this peel off and it's done. Whew. It took me a long time to build and troubleshoot some of the stuff and get all the wires together. So that's it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, leave a comment to what you'd like to see next. And I will leave the links to all the parts that I bought from Microsoft and also the link in the description below. And have a mega fantastic day and see you in the next video. Bye bye.